Welcome to Reps, Edits, and Real Talk. We're back. We haven't done this for a while. We've been away, we've been busy, but we are back to entertain you, give you some laughs.
And also grind some gears, maybe.
Yeah, always. So what's been happening, Sean? What have you been up to?
So last one we put out was probably around Christmas time.
It was.
So Christmas special came out. I hope you guys have checked it out. If you haven't, go check it out. It is the end of February. Where is the year gone? We're 2 months through the year already. It feels like it was New Year's just 2 weeks ago.
You know what? With that, I don't know about you, but I know everyone at home, you can answer the question too, but I will the weeks, like the midweek, like Monday to Friday, I'm like, let's get through it. And then the weekend comes and that goes, and then I seem to be willing weeks away. And like I said, it's near March, and every week I'm like, oh, I can't wait to get to the end of the week. And then the end of the week comes, you're like, oh, it's Monday. And every week I just will it to go.
Isn't it a constant thing? I think we feel the same thing when we can't wait to go somewhere. Like we can't wait to go on holidays. Yeah. And we get on holidays and we're like, I can't wait to get home. I can't wait to do this. Oh, I can't wait. We're never in the present.
And this is the one thing that I've thought about, trying to be more present, because you just look forward to the next thing. But really you've got a lot going on in your life to be happy about
100%,
at this time, you know?
Nothing wrong with wanting more. I always say that, nothing wrong, but be appreciative of what you got. And like you said, don't will the weeks away. Time is enjoy every minute, make it worthwhile, make it effective, efficient, do what you love. But yeah, man, these hours, minutes, everything's so valuable.
It is. Now you have been on holiday as well.
Yeah, I've been on a couple of holidays. People just look at me sometimes and they're like, this guy's on the plane again? Where are you going?
Mr. Jet Setter.
Man, I've traveled and flown more in the last 12 months than I have in my whole life, which is great. This career has given me so much freedom, so much traveling, and it's blessed, man. I feel blessed. Genuinely, I love it. I just came back from Sri Lanka. I don't know if you guys have seen in the previous video, we talked about what I was going to Sri Lanka for. Had the gyno surgery. It's been 2 months. Feel amazing. I haven't felt a sense of confidence like this in a long time. Not only just about the gyno, but in myself. In short, I'm good on all fronts. I feel great. So that's been good. So came back from another pre-year mini holiday for a week in Bali. Genuinely love Bali, man.
Bali's the best.
I think some people think it's overrated, and I used to think that until I went. I've been 5 times now, maybe 6, and I honestly, gonna put it out there, manifest it hopefully. I want to partly live and work both between Melbourne and Bali. It would be amazing.
Yeah, I love Bali. We're to be going there mid-year. I want to go there mid-year. I love it. Do you know, it's just because we're not rich people, but when you go there,
it's a poor man's Europe or something. I can't afford Europe yet.
Yeah, so it's like you go there, and it's just, do you know what it is? It makes you appreciate what you have as well. Yeah. Because you see poor people over there who are so happy, and us
and they're working hard.
And us who complain about everything, every little thing. Mm-hmm. So yeah, you've been lucky, man. Going on holidays and stuff like that. Yeah. I've been here just in Melbourne, man, working.
Yeah, got to grind, and then you'll get to the point. I came back after that holiday, and I was like, well, it's been 3 weeks now, probably close to. And I was like, for the first 2 weeks, I was like, man, I have this unlimited amount of energy. I sleep only usually 4 or 5, max 6 hours a night. And I'm like, I can do 14-hour days every day. Yeah. Now, we're 2 to 3 weeks in of doing that. And I'm like, all right, I'm getting pretty spent. I'm going to need a holiday soon. So it's all about throttling it back and going with anything, coaching, getting into the best shape of your life. We are trying to be here for the long term, not hard and fast and in and out, right? Yeah. So I think whatever you need to do for yourselves, guys, if it's a little mini holiday to reset for the start of the year, or if it's I don't know, if it's just weekend, every month you need 1 weekend away to reset and come back stronger. Whatever you need to do to fill your cup up, do it.
If you can afford it.
If you can afford it. Everyone can put time aside. It doesn't even have to be expensive.
The worst thing is about feeling wrecked, though. When you start to feel wrecked, the thing is, I'm going to transition for what I've been doing is I've done an off season, right?
Yes.
And the off season was really, really good. I got up, for me, very heavy. So I'd go to bed at 109. 101.9.
Are you back on the breathing machine?
Yeah. I can't use it anymore. Oh, okay. I don't know why. So I was getting up at 98 kilos fasted. It's a lot for me.
Yeah, man.
And I will tell you, people that have never been overly heavy, it's not comfortable. You're eating a huge amount of food. I think I got up to 5,300 calories per day. And feeling like a sloth
Yeah, and even sleeping, bro.
Oh, just my daughter was telling me, Dad, I can just hear you all
From the
night.
other room.
But like getting up that heavy, it just, not everyone can do it. Like not everyone wants to go through that really, really rough period where you don't feel great. You don't even,
Not everyone looks great. You look great, full and round at the moment.
I wasn't fat.
No.
But it's hard. It's really hard. I'd say it's harder than contest prep.
When people bulk in the past, I don't know about you, you've probably seen it as a coach. People that are like, oh, I'm bulking. That's just their cop out, their ticket to just eat dirty. I'm bulking. I'm gonna go eat KFC. No, man. If you're bulking and like consuming nothing but saturated fats and simple sugars, you're not really bulking. You're not an athlete.
No,
you're not doing it for functionality.
Gone are the days where you do that. I think for most people.
Yep.
You have to eat clean because you want to stay healthy, and if you eat crap, you're going to feel like crap even worse. And I'm telling you, when you have to eat the amount of food, like say 1,000 carbs a day or close to that, right? It's no joke, right?
Sounds like fun on the outside.
I didn't get up to 1,000, but I have some clients do. I got up to 800. It's a lot.
That's more than a kilo. Like, so people think 1,000 is not 1,000 grams of carbs. It's 1,000.
Like each meal is 200 carbs. Like each meal, some more. And I'm telling you right now, when you eat that food, and I can eat it. I'm a bit of a gluttonous. I can do that. But like after every meal, do you know Christmas Day? Like you're like,
I feel every day.
Every day. And now I brought my food down. I took out 1,000 calories. Like it feels like a fresh air. It feels like, I can eat this. I've got energy. You feel better. But it serves a purpose. You have to, if you're in bodybuilding, you have to go through unpleasant phases to get to the next goal. So
exactly. That's another thing. So with anything in life, you got to go through some hard, and we were talking about this just before, weren't we? We're actually leading into that. You had a couple of big questions that we've been asked on the podcast. I
put a question box up, and I wrote them down because they go as well. The first question I had was, what's been your biggest life struggle? Now these are some deep questions.
Going straight into it, head first.
Straight in. No Johnny,
no lube, no nothing.
No, dry. Yeah.
Look, biggest life struggles. I mean, we can talk about anything from like going through year 12 was pretty stressful at that time. I think everyone's kind of gone through, it's exams and stuff. And then you got life situations, you got breakups, you've got losing a job and what am I going to do for work? There's some life struggles out there. Some of my life struggles, it could be a breakup. It could be genuinely trying to figure out what I was going to do for my career. Yeah. Running left to right and center, looking at everyone else thinking like they've got their life together. And I'm like, in this constant sense of anxiety. Now I feel like I've hit my stride. I'm like, I know what I'm doing. I know what I'm good at. I keep following the plan, loving every day.
Progression.
But
everyone seeks progression, especially like males and females, but I feel like progression is key. If you are on the momentum's going with you, you can roll with it. When you start to dip, that's when all the stresses come.
And you start really
doubting yourself and everything,
drawing it out. What about yourself?
My biggest life struggle, I reckon, for me, it's the fear of not being able to provide for my family.
Ooh, that is a big one. And it's a constant thing in the breathing down the back of your neck.
And if you have your own business,
you know that you're fully responsible for everything.
It could be, you could literally, something could happen to you and you can't work for a bit, you're stuffed. So like me is like being able to provide for my family is like it's a life struggle that will never go away. I don't think for most males and females it can be, because whoever's a provider is a provider. But like as a male, I feel like my job is to keep my family in a position that we should be in, a comfortable position. And having that in the back of your head creates like...
If anyone in your family's got to stress about living or money or anything, it's you, because you're the provider, and that's fair.
And look, my wife provides, don't get me wrong, but I still see that a male is the provider. And I'm not saying women can't.
There's a whole other chat
there. That's
a
whole nother... But in my situation, I feel like I should be providing. Provide and protect. That's what a male should be doing. For their family, the male should be a provider and a protector. And like, end of story. So that's probably my biggest sort of
life struggle. Is that a constant, in the back of your mind?
Yeah, that never goes away. Yeah. And anyone that has their own business or works, one thing that can go, like if you think of one thing that can go wrong, it'll re-come up, like that issue, and you think, oh my god, what's going to happen? We're going to have to sell this. Like it's so dramatic.
Oh, yeah,
It's
yeah.
so dramatic, but it's something that you always have in the back of your brain.
But I think the moment you probably, I don't have children yet, but the moment you probably had children, or your first one, you probably thought, all right, now I've got a reason to push. And yeah, it's going to pull you and make you feel like some days you're like, oh, got to do this, got to do this for them. But sometimes it makes you go, you like walk out the house, you look at them, you go, I'm doing this for them.
And also the thought of like just being stagnant and just going through the motions as well. You feel like you need to push yourself to get more, because everyone wants more. But then there is that fine line of, if you do too much and burn yourself out, you're
not good to anyone.
No, but I think you should go to that level more so than not go to it. You know what I mean?
Test those waters.
Yeah, the other question that we had is, what's your proudest life moments? This is the opposite.
Yeah,
what's your proudest life moment that you've been through so far in your life? It's hard though. It's hard to think because you've had a lot of, everyone has ups and downs. And I feel like you've probably had a lot of proud moments, but it's like hard to pick one, you know?
Yeah. Well, I haven't had a kid yet. I haven't got married yet. I've competed. I wouldn't say they're my proudest moments. They're just good achievements. I think the proudest moment where I can actually say I'm proud of myself is like taking that leap years ago, 3 years ago now, to let go of the branches that were the security, you know? And that's a big leap you have to take on yourself. Like you did the same thing with teaching, I mean, somewhat. By the way, we still somewhat hold on to our branches. I do a shift every 3 months for JB.
and I still do CRT work.
Yeah,
1 or 2 days a week.
You still teach on the odd occasion, you know?
Yeah.
That branch was like very much a security for us or anyone that wants to start a side hustle. You got to hold on. You got to work the two until the market tells you, until your demographic tells you, you're much needed here. You don't have the time to give. And so you got to make the choice. And when I made that choice, it was a massive leap. It was like, oh, I'm going to take a pay cut, but I'm going to have all this time on my hands. What do you do at that time? You can't fuck about. You got to make it work. So make it work. It is a struggle. It's a stress. Pressure is a privilege, that whole saying. And yeah, it turned out for the best, you know. So I think, what about yourself? What was the best, proudest moment?
Proudest moment is, I would say, having my kids, but like that's always going to be a proud moment for most people who have kids. Like it should be, but I think the one time I looked at this in a little bit different was when we were on holiday with my family. I looked around. I'm like, you know what? I've got my family, got my kids, I've got my career.
Rich in life.
We're doing all right. We're doing all right. Look, I'm not a millionaire by any means, but we can go on holidays. I've got a family that's very supportive, like grandparents, mother-in-law, father-in-laws. Very supportive. I've got good kids. I've got a good wife. I'm able to, do my hobby, which is my sport.
The perspective that you have to see that in that moment is great.
And I'd never thought about it like this, but it was a very, it's eye-opening to think that, you're doing all right. And that was like a very proud moment for me. But then, like I said, you can have proud moments, and then when you get back, you start work, it's like, oh my God, I've got to push again. But I have looked back and I've tried to make it a bit more time to look back and be in the moment and be proud of what where you are, but you never want to stop. You always want to keep progressing. But that's probably my proudest moment, looking around and saying, I've got a family, I've got a career, I'm doing something I love, I'm able to pursue my hobby to the great ninth degree, so I'm living a decent life.
Do you ever feel driven or dragged, in a summary?
Both.
Yeah, I think to be honest, that's the right answer. You should feel a little bit, you should be, I think, 80% driven to do what you love. 20% of the time, you're not going to always feel motivated. You're going to feel dragged. I mean, you have to drag yourself into the gym. All right, drag myself to do check-ins or edit tons of videos. Sometimes it's not always the most glamorous. Got to be done. That's called, like I don't know if I've brought this up on the podcast, but a big thing that I'll probably carry the word into this year because it's such a core thing. I think my word of the year last year that I had to hold myself to, and I think a lot of people out there should, is integrity. Seeing something through to the end, but also being a man of your word or a person of your word.
No, I like that. I like it. Now, if we move on as well, what are some of the industry gripes that you that you have seen or you've been part of? Maybe something you really.
Are we pulling punches here? I don't know. No. Look,
you can go as ham as you want.
All right, we'll go one for one. We'll talk about coaching. How about you go first?
Coaching.
What?
One of the things is maybe not coaching, but just in fitness related, or let's say bodybuilding. You have people who let's just put it like this. Say you have an elite athlete or a very good athlete, someone who has never trained before really, or look like they train, will say this person's doing it wrong.
Yep.
Or, you know, this person is training wrong. They're eating wrong. And it's like, look at the body of work. Look at yourself. You know, I'm not going to go up to Elon Musk and say, mate, your car's crap.
Let me tell you how to run a business.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Like, I'm not, but in bodybuilding and physique-based sports, you'll get people who are like 70 kilos, and nothing wrong with being 70 kilos. I've been there, you know, but you get nowadays, everyone has a voice. So you get people like 70 kilos telling someone who's massive, like 100 something kilos, that you're training wrong. And they love it. They'll rinse them.
Mate, you're lifting too much weight.
Yeah.
You need to slow it down.
Yeah. And it's like, hold on. Like, really look at who you are before you start telling professionals or, you know, people who are well and truly above you how to do things. That's the biggest thing that ticks me off. Not like I can handle that everyone starts somewhere, but when
Everyone's
people
running their own race.
Yeah, but when people are very loud and obnoxious about it and they really like, yeah, I know the best.
I'm an authority.
Yeah, like, come on, man, look at you. Look, come on. Like, you don't go to the dentist who's never practiced dentistry. You know, let me work on your teeth. Yeah, I've read a book. You know, I read a book. No, thank you. But in physique-based sports or bodybuilding, it's very common for people who are...
There are a lot of cowboys in this.
Yeah. Very, very small people who are telling people who have obviously done the work, done the background, you know, everything that's required, that they're doing it wrong.
Yeah.
You know? And that's just something that really drives me up the wall. But, you know, it's the way of life. Everyone has a voice now. And you can have a voice just on
any platform. I think on coaching, my industry gripe as well, and this comes from me being I was used to be a teacher for Cert 3 and 4 in fitness for Fit College. Yep. Nothing bad about Fit College. It's my industry gripe is the people that walk out of it is a dry course, 6 months or so if you do it part time or whatever. It is a dry course, but the people that walk out of that course and think, they look at coaches like yourself or established people that have been in the industry for a while and really worked their way up, and they're like, yep, I'm going to start charging top dollar. I'm going to start giving this and that. And like you and I both know, and a lot of coaches out there, that course is the bare minimum government standard you need. You need to do higher education. You need to actually keep learning, learn from other big coaches, have a mentor. You know, don't just walk out of there and think I've done my coaching.
On the bee's knees.
Let's start charging top dollar. You know, have obviously self-value for yourself, but trust me.
There's levels.
There's levels to this.
There's levels, yeah. Mm-hmm. It's like me telling Derek Lunsford, Mr. Olympia, man, you should really fix your chest training, man. You don't have rich striations. Like, come on, man. Come on, who am I?
He'd be like, how many Olympias you won?
Yeah, exactly, yeah. But I'll be like, well, science says, hold on, man. Look at this compared to you. Yeah, and that's just one thing that drives me up the wall.
There's some things where textbook can only get you so far, and following textbook there, slow form, short feet, shoulder width apart, but sometimes you got to marry textbook and quality form and research to just volume, hard work, like sweat, rip and grind, all that stuff.
Trial and error, you know.
Trial and error.
Textbook it gives you a baseline of what the generic person can do, but there's always going to be outliers. People up here, people over here.
And we're not cut from the same cloth.
Exactly. What I can do is maybe you have to do something different to get a result. You know,
yes.
It's not just all by the book. Yes, it gives you a baseline, but in order to progress, you have to know what works for you and really maximize it. Mm-hmm. You know.
What another one that industry gripe?
People that are just one way is the only way.
My way is the highway.
Yeah,
my way or the highway.
Like, you have to have a little bit of like humility to say like, I'm not always correct. You know, and what I've done in the past is maybe not the right thing to do, but like what you want to do is you want to be open to open to change. You know, if you're not open to change and maybe being able to see a different side, you're not going to progress.
100%.
You know, people are very glued to this is the only way to do it.
This is I love or hate, to be honest, but hate those businesses or people that are like, this is how it's always worked, this is how it's always been done, and we're not going to change it.
Yeah, and those people will always fall behind.
They'll be stuck in the past.
Yeah.
This world, especially we were just talking about before, is evolving exponentially. And with that as well, in the I did my sports science degree, the world of sports science is evolving. yes, we are learning a lot more things about how to activate the muscle better and which angle this, but a lot of stuff that worked back in the 80s wasn't broken, so it didn't need to be fixed. You know what I mean?
And even if it doesn't need to be fixed, it can just be
Tweaked.
You know what I mean? Even like nutrition generally, like it can just be tweaked. Supplementation can be tweaked. You know, everything can be improved.
You have to reinvent the wheel.
Yeah, but it can be improved upon. And being open to improvements and changing the way that you have previously done things is something that coaches should be. They should always be open to, you know, and athletes in general too. You know, what's worked 20 years ago, yeah, it would work, but can we just make it a little bit better with some new approaches now?
Yes.
And be open to
it. I do love the evolution of like performance enhancing as well has now kind of developed past exogenous hormones being added to the body to potentially these new science research peptides.
Yeah.
And we are still learning about them. There is a lot of research behind them, but there's.
I'm trialing them, man. I'm trialing plenty of them.
Man, give us. Yeah, he's the test dummy, the hamster.
I've tried a fair few, but as long as I've tried them individually.
Exactly, because you try them because there's a purpose. You were saying this before. There is a purpose behind you trying them as well, is so that you know what to expect. So for your clients,
and then look, it's only N1.
You won't prescribe something to your clients that you've never touched before.
Definitely not. And a lot of the times, people will these days. Like we can have a coach, right?
You can read about something, but you got to do it.
We could have a coach who's a male who's done one diet, takes on a female athlete, and absolutely runs them into the ground because they diet them exactly the same as they did,
and runs their hormones into the ground.
Kill them, like not kill them, but you know, literally
set them backwards.
Yeah, set them right back. You know, so that's one thing that really annoys me as well. You know, you do one diet, I can help everyone. No, you can't. And everyone's got to start somewhere, but maybe don't start. You know, you're a Prius. Yeah, you're a Prius. You're not a Bugatti. So just go from the Prius maybe to what's the next level? Tesla. Okay.
Tesla can go fast though.
No, they go fast, yeah. But like just go up slowly. Yeah. Don't go from first gear to fifth gear. I think you can be okay.
Ever seen that scene in Horrible Bosses where he's like, do you want to tell me why you're doing 100 in a 60 in a 30 zone or something? He's like, I was drag racing. He's like, you were drag racing in a Prius. I don't win a lot. But on that back end of that one as well, like industry gripes, people that you were saying before, people that are like, they've got in shape once, or people that have been coached once and they're like, okay, cool. Oh yeah, Kane's taught me all this stuff. Great. Not saying that any of your clients, just saying, been coached. Then you're like, okay, I learned all this knowledge, and that's only in one very tight snapshot for you.
Yeah.
You've learned this stuff. All right, some calories in versus calories out. Fiber's good, this, that. And now you go, cool, I can help my friend and start telling him the same thing I got regurgitate back to them. Nah, man.
Doesn't always work, no. And like I said, it could be there's
levels to this.
There's so many levels to it. And like, I'm a decent coach, but there's way better coaches than me who I can learn off too.
And that's where you stay humble.
That's what you got to do. You've got to learn off people who are better than you.
100%. You know? All right, we'll go into some photog ones.
Yeah, go. And then we got one more question, which I love. Which you're gonna have to think about because I've already thought about this.
I'm gonna let you go first. But like on photography industry gripe. It's a hard one. To be honest, we were just talking about this before. It's not even a gripe. It's something that it's going to scare a lot of people. The implementation. We talk about AI a lot on our podcast. It is a great underlying topic, but nothing is real, bro, anymore. Nothing is real with AI implementation. We were just saying before, you could... F1's on right now, right? This is just an example. You could go to the... you could not even go to the F1s. You could just take a photo of yourself in a car park and then just say, boom, place, go to ChatGPT, chuck the photo into ChatGPT. Everyone's going to be doing this right now. And go, place me next to Arnold Schwarzenegger with his arm around my shoulder at the F1s. Get that photo, boom, looks pretty real to me. Chuck that on your story. Enjoy the F1s today. Guess who I got to meet? You know how many people wouldn't know the difference?
Nope. I guarantee there's so many things that I look at that are AI and I'm like, it's pretty legit. But like nothing is real anymore.
And at least, you just got to keep it with a grain of salt that anything you're seeing. We already knew this from before AI that people are showing the highlight reels of their life.
Yeah.
Now people are can fake anything.
Yeah. People are getting caught out though. A few people getting caught out.
I hope so. But I hope there's something that can Like the Epstein files, but for
Yeah.
AI.
Hey, well, like I said, I've seen people's photos put in next to Epstein too, celebrities. And it's like, is it AI or not? I don't know.
You don't know what's going on.
I don't know.
I don't know what to believe. I feel gaslit by the whole
No,
internet.
you can't believe anything anymore. AI is very scary with that, I think. Now, the last question, though, this is, if you have, we're doing a podcast. You've got to pick 2 people you'd love to podcast with. Like you'd have to interview. Who would it be? And if you want, you've got to have some time because I thought about this already.
All right.
Right? And I thought look, I'm thinking about like history and why people think like this. So I said Hitler. I was thinking Hitler is one. I'd just like to know how his mind worked.
Not that you're a big fan of
No,
it.
I'm not a big fan, but I'm just saying like him or like
To ask him
Gaddafi.
the questions, yeah.
Gaddafi would be another one.
Yeah, wow.
And then just because I'd love to know what they were thinking, because a lot of their stuff, well, I don't want to sound like I'm a crazy person or anything like that, but a lot of their stuff is very interesting. The way their mind worked and what mind worked and why they came to these conclusions. The other person is Ben Johnson, the 100-meter sprinter from the 80s who got done with drugs. Now his time is like, I think it's still one of the world's fastest times ever. And it was in the 80s.
Wow.
80s. And the thing is, in that race, all of the other sprinters got done for drugs eventually in their career. All of them. All of them.
So if you put them all on the same playing field, they're all enhanced. He's still won.
He got stung, right? And they made a big example of it. So they're the 2 that I would love to talk to, because Ben Johnson, he'd be very negative now about it, but I'd just love to know what he went through, like
The emotions back then.
Yeah,
to
even
be
like
stripped from him.
what they did and what happened to him afterwards, like how he struggled with that, knowing that probably everyone else is doing what he did,
100%.
even like a Lance Armstrong type of thing, you know?
Yeah.
That'd be my 2.
My 2, was thinking, man, before this I was thinking about it for so long. But like, keep it simple. Someone I admire their work ethic and their mind and like just how they frame things. Alex Hormozy, would love to have him on a podcast. Check him out if you don't know who he is. And the other person, like a brilliant athlete. Who did I mention before? Did I mention anyone?
No, you were talking about AI, the person who
Oh, yes. Yeah. Sorry. The way the world's working, I love watching YouTube videos on even Sam Altman. So who's the owner and the founder of OpenAI, and where he sees AI going, and like every day AI is getting smarter than the day before. And so, like, where does he see the next 2 to 5 years going? Because it scares the shit out of me.
I like how, by the way, your tune has changed. When we started, we did episode 1 or 2. You will love it. You loved AI. You're like, I love it, man. It's fantastic. Now you come around like it's a bit more scary. Like, oh shit, man. You know, like it's a little bit, because it is good. It is good, but it's bloody scary, man.
We are living in a time where it's precipice of changing the world. Like, okay, the internet came in, I don't know how many years ago, 30 odd years ago.
I don't know, I'm older than Google, but
that's what you tell your daughters here. I'm older than Google. But like when the internet was really being implemented and learning how to Google and how to web search and how to build websites,
when you had to put the win and the
colon and stuff,
yeah, well,
HTTP, like that was learning curve for everyone. But the internet allowed us to have so much convenience and instantaneous stuff. That was game changing for us, right? Yeah. And then we're at another point in this like inflection point with this AI, and it's changing everything. Or like I was listening to a podcast on the CEO of Uber yesterday on Diary of a CEO, and he was saying like the Diary of a CEO asked him, "Are you scared that it's going to affect like autonomous driving is going to affect it?" Wild, man. We've got a couple more seconds left on this camera, so
wrap it up.
Yeah, we're gonna wrap it up, guys. Now, thank you so much. It's a short one, and that's a nice half an hour episode, guys. We're gonna try to roll out a lot more, at least maybe 2 to 3 weeks. We'll bring out another one. So we've got a lot more content coming out of Iron Hub, Karam Downs as well. Stay tuned, check that out as well. And any final words?
Enjoy life, live in the moment, and just celebrate your wins when you can, and also keep progressing. Look at that motivational speech. You should be inspired, man. Everyone, be inspired.
Clip that. All right, thanks, guys. Take it easy.